like a race car flight, but it ain't a car. It's a super fast tortoise going the speed of light, breaking all the
Even in space, a group of tortoises is called a creep. Welcome to Super Fast Tortoise.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Super Fast Tortoise Morning Coffee Show.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome
Woohoo!
to the Turtle Show. Yeah, welcome to the Turtle Show, everybody. Whoa. We got everybody here. We got a lot of people here. Too many people. Oh, no. We got a what? All right. I'm trying not to say names because I don't want people to be targeted. No, I'm kidding. But first of all, we have...
Time to rock!
We got the TheoneRAYman.
I am here on about 3 hours of sleep, but I'm here, baby.
He's here. He made it. Oh, I feel ya. I got to sleep late last night too. But then we have MTG HILLBILLY.
Dag Blaggett.
Yeah, that's right. Dag Blaggett. He's still in the show by using his looks.
Exactly. Got to. You have a great show like this one. Unless I did.
Right? Ooh. Then, my friends, we have
mugenfool.
Yeah. Little bonk, 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 so funny.
Yeah, it is. I appreciate it.
It's funny. Like I was recording it for you, and you popped in the StreamYard, and it made that beep, and the audio capture caught it, and I'm like, I gotta use that.
Yeah, that's pretty funny though.
Yeah. My friends, at the bottom here, we have Lone Wolf. Did anybody hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Everybody heard it.
I did it.
That was quiet at my end. I didn't hear nothing. I just heard the show that was playing. So I gotta take it that you heard it. Whoa.
Yep.
We got Lone Wolf, everybody.
What's up, everybody?
That's right. Lone Wolf is an amazing character. In fact, you might not know this, but when no one's looking, he does turn into a wolf. Good morning, Legion of Potatoes.
Cheers.
Cane checker. Whoop. What's up, morning coffee people? That's right. Let's go. Woo-hoo. Writing off the Kurt Tells of yesterday's episode. That was a fun episode.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was crazy. So today we're gonna kind of talk about some of the stuff we talked about yesterday. I sent you a link, Rayman. I don't know if you want to eschew the documents or anything, but I haven't pulled them up. I haven't pulled up on the side if we need to look at them, but we pretty much know what's been said. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, the investor docs. Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like it's going to be interesting. In fact, the question of the day when we get to it's going to kind of ask you a question that I'm afraid is going to happen next year.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm worried, but I'm excited.
Right. But with that, my friends, let's get to the first segment of the day.
Card of the day.
First card of the day. Since it's time's up.
Oh, Oh, such a great card. I
Um,
know why man's laughing. I understand why.
Tort didn't get to hear this, but this morning when I got off work at 7 a.m., I came home and I turned on some Magic YouTube because that's what I do. And I found a video about the worst cards you're running in your commander deck. And the longer that video went, the more tilted I got. But when they got to the artifacts and they're like, Sensei's Dividing Top is a bad card, you shouldn't run it, I almost fell out of the bed. I was just so tilted and so annoyed. I'm like, okay, this is the card of the day. People, if you take, I've actually said this several times, but I truly mean this. If you take nothing else from our time on this show, know that Sensei's Divine Top is a very good card. And if you see it at your table, you should be concerned. Because this is not a fair Magic card.
Yeah, there's a particular YouTuber I know who makes videos like that, and he's been making videos like that. And I think part of it's for clickbait and rage bait. I
mean, one thing I have to say about this card, let's say you got 2 lands on the battlefield. You activate this. You need your third. And you want to make that 3rd land drop. So you activate this.
Right.
For 1, you have this on the battlefield. You activate it for 1. You look at the top 3. And one of them is a land. You put that land on top. Then you can tap this, draw that land. Boom! There's your 3rd land drop.
That's kind of the point.
How is this not good?
I don't know. Like there's so many combos. Like beyond like, the card is just good, right? That you lets you look at the top of your deck. If you have, we talked about this in the pre-show. If you have fetch lands, if you don't like what you see of those 3 cards, just crack your fetch land, shuffle them away. If you're running, look, here's the thing: if you're running Sensei's Divining Top in 2026, you are running fetch lands because you can buy a lot of them for what a single top costs, because these things are very expensive now. So it's not going to be some weird situation where, oh, you're running a top, but you don't have fetch lands. It's not going to happen, right? Unless somebody just gives somebody a Sensei's Divining Top and they put it in their deck. You're going to have fetch lands too. So you look at your top cards, you go, oh, hey, I don't like any of these. I'm just going to crack this fetch. I want to throw these 3 away. I'm going to reshuffle, and I'm going to, and that gives me 3 new cards to look at. Sensei's Divine Top, very good card. And if you see it, look to see if your opponent is running a lot of artifacts, because if they are, this may just kill you.
Well, I'm going to give you a laughter, Ray, because I have it in my Vona deck, and I don't run fetches in that deck.
I don't have many fetch lands.
Well, it doesn't need to.
It doesn't. It's just a bonus if you have the fetches.
Yeah, the fetch.
Even
if
you just
reorganize the top card of your deck by shuffling your deck.
Even if you're just running stuff like Terramorphic Expanse or stuff like that, it's just to shuffle away those cards. And again, that's just a bonus.
Now,
this card's great without those.
My favorite thing to do with this card is Bolus the Citadel and Aetherflux Reservoir.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And there are infinite combos with Sensei's Divine Top where you basically can constantly get 1 mana for casting it and activating it to draw all the cards from the top of your deck. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. And that puts however many cards you have in your deck, that many spellcast triggers on the stack.
Hey, Actbreaker, hello. He says, it's the evil Blade. That's right. Crozen's Grip is my favorite combo. That's a good one too.
Yeah, because it can get rid of it at split second speed. And that's also why if you're running this as your one of your game-winning combos, you should make sure you run a way to get it back out of exile with Karn. Because if people know that you're going to try and kill them with this card, they're going to exile this thing, which is pretty easy to do these days. So you're going to need a way to get back out of exile. So you just slam Karn on the table, go pull it back out of exile, and then win the game. Redundancies, baby. Redundancies.
That's right. It's awesome. Yeah. And with that, we're going to move to the picture of the day. The picture of the day is me trying to read. Can I read? I'm pretending to read. That's funny. I had fun. Like my brain's still wondering why he's wearing a bandana around his neck, even though I was nowhere on the prompt. but yeah, that's me trying to read the documents this morning, and I understand the documents and what I heard, but like at the same time, it's like there's a lot going on. Yeah. But that's the picture of the day, my friends. And there's a couple other pictures I want to show you. Apparently, last night, people got their pizza boxes.
Yeah. Some of them have leaked.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. More?
There's someone holding pizza box cards.
Yep.
There's someone showing the lands and stuff from some of the special cards from the pizza box.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it makes it's a little bit early, but I mean, it kind of makes sense. I would say most of the big places are getting them this week, or by the end of this week, and then the smaller ones will start hitting like next week. I don't think we get ours. Southern Hobbies doesn't send theirs out until like week of, so we won't have ours till like the 23rd or so.
Right.
But it's there's gonna be more of these. WOTC needs to just go ahead and spoil the rest of the cards, because if not, the community's going to do it for them.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much.
You know what's unbelievable about these pictures? Why you can't trust these pictures? They're not potato quality images.
Yeah, they're actually good quality.
They're good quality pictures. That must be fake. AI. They're AI.
Yep.
Somebody took it with an actual modern phone instead of a Nokia 2110.
Or an Android, at least.
Ackbreaker says using top as a winning combo piece is more honorable than using it as just a good card. That's a good way to use it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can use it as a winning combo, but you could also just use it as a good card because it's a good card in general.
Mm-hmm. Legion Potato says something about the TMNT lands hurt me in a way I can't see to explain. I'm glad people find joy in the set, even if it's not my thing. I'm truly happy for them, but man, those pizza lands hurt. Well, they don't grab me the way I think they grab some people. Like they don't get me that excited, but I want them just for my turtle deck. So I'm hoping to be able to get a pizza box in the future. But right now, they're currently unavailable on Amazon.
Wow.
Rough.
I didn't think those have been shipped out yet.
They're not supposed to.
Not supposed to be, but they are.
I see the pictures coming.
That's right. With that, my friends, we got to get to the question of the day. Presented by Discord, we have the question of the day. All right, the question of the day is brought to you by me. I asked the question of the day. Let's see what I asked. Super Fast Tortoise here today with the question of the day. And the question for today is, what are you going to do if you find out that in 2027 there are going to be 9 sets released that year? 9 Magic the Gathering sets released that year. That's not including secret layers. That's not including like a special drops or a special product. Just 9 Magic the Gathering sets. What are you going to do if you find out that's true? Let's go.
I mean, I guess I'll open 9 sets of Magic on camera next year.
Right? Because I get the reports. Looking through the reports, it seems like a legitimate thing that might happen with the success it had this year with Avatar being the 3rd best-selling set this year, or that year.
Yeah.
Of all time, I should say.
The one thing I'll say that I think makes it less likely is just production.
Right.
Right. There's only X amount of these facilities out there, and WOTC doesn't have their own. Right. Like they have facilities that they contract out to print their cards.
Right.
There's only so much production that can happen, right? So I think that could be the thing that keeps it from happening. I think they just run out of places that can make these cards, make them fast enough. to support that many sets. But if they do it, if they manage to fucking pump out 9 sets next year, I guess I'll have to sit through 9 effing spoiler seasons next year. You know,
That's crazy.
If I haven't quit playing Magic by this point, I'm just gonna keep playing and buy the cards that I like and support the sets that I really enjoy and not the ones that I don't.
Right. That's kind of what I'm doing right now with the 7 sets. Legion Potato says I'll probably call my friend's girlfriend and tell her to take his wallet so he can't buy 9 booster boxes. That's fine. That's funny. Tibalts like I quit opening as much products. In fact, I already started skipping sets. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, Tibalt. Says
Oh, too low. Yeah.
Tibalt. Yeah, Tibalt. Welcome. So, yeah. So, if they start like honestly, if they did 9 sets a year, it wouldn't change the way I look at Magic. Right? If like I don't know. I think 9 sets a year is like too much. But you know,
I think it's way too much.
But you know, the wallets are voting. People thought 7 sets was too much this year, but it seems to be doing well for them. Mm-hmm. And since they made more money, they made 45%.
It's 9, right? Wasn't it 49%?
I think it was 45, but it could be 49. But we're in the ballpark around 50% of half gross profit this year.
Yeah, they were up either 45 or 49, somewhere in that area up year to date, which is like what they were that time last year.
Right.
Now, so we've talked about this, right? There's only so many intellectual properties out there that are going to have the cachet that they have access to bring in that kind of numbers.
Right.
Avatar surprises me that it was that big, but maybe it shouldn't, because the people who are playing Magic the most now, and that's their average player age is 35. Right. That's what it says in their earning call. Their average player the average age of their player is 35, which means the average player that they have in Magic the Gathering right now and younger all grew up with Avatar.
That's right.
I missed Avatar by a few years, not by much, but it was just I was out of it by the time the Avatar was out. So I could see why Avatar would be a big set when looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
But not every set's going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Spider-Man, for God's sakes, was just a really mediocrely selling set.
Right.
The cards in it are actually good. There's good cards in Spider-Man. Go buy singles. Go support Tibalt and TCGdude. And we probably sold all of ours, but Mr. V's Game Lounge. You know, if you want Spider-Man singles, go buy singles, because there are good cards in the set.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows that these Universes Beyond sets are not infallible. They can not sell well. I hope Turtles does well. It's the nostalgia factor's there, and they did a good job of putting in stuff from every era of the Turtles.
Right. It looks amazing.
Like, yeah,
as a fan,
you can tell that they really did. They're wanting to do good by the fans on the Turtle set, and I don't know if that's WOTC or Viacom or both. So we'll see. It's not sustainable. We've talked about it. It's
crazy.
The sets, you know, they're going to team up with these companies like Voltron, right? They announced Voltron in their earnings report.
Right.
Super cool, classic, you know, 80s cartoon. That set's not going to do great. Hopefully it's just a secret lair, because I just don't think it would do well.
Honestly, I think Power Rangers would have done better.
There are sets out there. I think Power Rangers would be pretty big, especially if they went from all of the eras, because they would kind of do what they're doing with Turtles, and they would get the kids like me who were in grade school in 1991 or 1992, whenever it came out. But that actually brings up a really interesting thing I wanted to talk about. I didn't talk to you guys about this. Yesterday, the Distraction Makers put out a new video, and it was looking at power creep through Magic's sets. And for those who don't know, the Distraction Makers are a couple of guys who work in the industry. Forrest is actually an artist, plus he works for Blizzard. He actually did the artwork for the Spider-Punk card. So if you've seen the regular Spider-Punk card from the Spider-Man set, Forrest Immel actually drew that. That's his artwork, which is super cool.
I did not know about that about him.
Yeah. And the other guy is a game designer. Like, he designs games for a living. That's what he does. So he broke down the creatures from multiple sets going back from Onslaught up to Bloomborough. And he came up with a system that, again, no system's perfect, but he came up with a system where he was able to assign a point value to all creatures.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, it only came out yesterday. And what we saw was there has been a massive jump in power creep in just the last couple of years. Like the power creep between Onslaught, which came out in 2002, and Theros Beyond Death, which I think he said was like 2020 or 2022,
right?
Somewhere around that area. There was a pretty big gap there, but that was also a very long time, right? But then the gap between like Bloomborough and Theros Beyond Death, which is 4 or 5 years at most, was unbelievably high.
Right.
So that is something that WOTC is going to have to, if they try to pump out 9 sets, WOTC is going to have to try to figure out how to unpower creep or get it leveled back out. They're not going to go back down in power because we know low powered sets do not sell well. Right.
I remember back in the day, power creep used to happen naturally. Like they'd start with a slow set and it'd get stronger in the core set break, and they would reset the power creep every time they went through a cycle to level out the game. So there would be natural power creep in the game, but they'd reset it so it starts at a smaller level and goes back up.
Well, see, in Magic's history, and this goes all the way back, WOTC used to, if a set was very, very powerful, the next set would bring the power level back down.
Right.
We saw this with Urza and then Mirage, which was the set immediately, or Mercadian Mass, immediately following Urza. And then we saw it with Mirrodin and Kamigawa, the original Kamigawa block. There's a reason that they're out of the 600 cards from Kamigawa, there's about 3 people she'll talk about. Umezawa's Jite, Sensei's Divining Top, and then Kakusho the Morning Star, right?
Right.
The rest of the cards out of that set are pretty middling, if not just bad. But Mirrodin block was so busted that they had to bring the power. Right, exactly. Tibalts right. Legends with Fallen Empires. They had to bring the power level back down. The problem is they're not really doing that now.
No, they're not, because they want you to buy the latest cards.
Yeah, and that is also unsustainable, right? Like, forget about the money issue for a moment being completely unsustainable and the TCG bubble being an actual thing. The power creep, they can't just keep pumping out more and more powerful cards. It's unsustainable. It can't keep doing it, because eventually, you're going to have cards that are 1 mana that does the stuff that 6 mana did a year ago.
Well, I think what I think is going to happen is they're going to start revisiting old mechanics like they've kind of been doing and fixing them to be a little more powerful but less broken, like how they did with Toxic to Infect, how they did with Mayhem to Madness, and things like that.
Well, and that's fine. But if you guys watched, those of you who got to see the video, it wasn't just that they were putting like these powerful abilities on lower cards. It's just you were getting so much more power, toughness, and then a little ability on 1 mana, 2 mana creatures.
Oh, right. It's insane. Like
it's so nuts.
Like he was talking about the point system, where if you have a 1-mana creature, it can be a 4/4 in the point system, and that's as high as it goes. And the more abilities you staple to it, you just kind of down the power and toughness.
Yeah,
that's
basically.
That's kind of where we've gotten to in the thing, because the 1-mana 4/4 I think he was referring to was Vexing Devil or something like that. Back in the day, where it's like a 1-mana 4/4, it comes into play. Target opponent may pay 4 life, and if they do, you sacrifice it.
Right.
Yeah. As the power creep is so insane. Like that 1-mana 4/4 is no longer good in the format.
No.
So
I mean, think about how busted Ragavan is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Ragavan, for those who don't know, is a 2/1 for 1 red mana. And when it deals damage to a player, you exile the top card of their library, you make a treasure token, and then you can play that spell for until the end of turn. The card that you exile off the top of somebody's library. Or sorry, you can cast. You can't play it because you can't get lands. You can cast it.
Right.
Ragavan is good in pirate decks and commander, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were just running generic red good stuff, you're not running Ragavan. It's
right,
not good enough, which is absurd.
Absurd. But the power creep is a real thing, and like I said,
it's out of hand.
Cards, and you're gonna have to kind of get used to it if you like it. But they're going to want to sell cards. They want Marvel to sell. They want Strixhaven to sell. They want all these sets to sell. They're not just pumping out sets. They're trying to make them, beautifully powerful. So you'll want the cards. Now, I think Strixhaven might not be as powerful as a set coming out compared to the other sets, only because kind of like the point system, they're going to have the secondary sheet that they released. They didn't release the sheet, but they released the information that there's going to be the cool
bonus sheet.
What?
The bonus sheet?
Yeah, the bonus
cards. Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be the bonus sheet in there and stuff like that. So, but especially for the UB sets, they want themselves, because not only do they have to make money back off the deals, they got to make money for the companies too.
Well, yeah, and they have to show the companies, hey, look, these cards are going to be good, so people are going to want them and they're going to buy them.
Right.
Now, I doubt that Viacom has a whole bunch of say on whether or not Donatello's a 2/3 or a 5/6 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I know from brand deals that these companies, you have to run a lot of stuff by them, and that's why they take so much longer for the sets to make, because there is a lot of back and forth that has to happen between the company like WOTC who's making the game and then the rights holders.
Mm-hmm. What is it? Tibalts Apprentice says, I feel power creep is not just the cards to me. The tool we have to solve the game is out there too. We can already see what the best decks will be before it comes out. Well, yeah. Oops. Yeah, I mean, that's very true.
That's true, but now it's just we've only shifted that time back a couple of weeks. Like I talked about in here before, when Pro Tour Honolulu, when all the pros went to Honolulu a little bit early, they all rented the beach house, but instead of enjoying the beach in Hawaii, they all sat in the house for a week or 2 weeks and just brewed decks for the Pro Tour event that they were going to. By the time that they left that house, the format was solved. Right. So what all they've done is that was like 2004, 2005, probably. Right. In 20 years, they've just shifted. Instead of the set being figured out 2 weeks after release, it's figured out 2 weeks before release. And it's not going to get any faster, right? Like we've hit the ceiling on how fast formats are going to get figured out based on spoilers, because like it takes a little bit of time, right? It takes a day or two once everything's out, and people still get stuff wrong. Again, people, there are Magic pros who on Twitter or X or whatever the hell you want to call it, when Final Fantasy spoilers came out, said that Vivi Ornithir is a bad card. Like these were pros. So, like Tibalt's right, we definitely do get the formats, the cards figured out sooner, but we've hit the ceiling on that, because it can only happen so fast, and it's shifted back a couple of weeks.
Right. So, to kind of sway the subject a little from power creep, it sounds like Hasbro's getting their hands on some some IPs this year. We got Harry Potter, K-pop,
Yep.
Street
But
Fighter.
now WOTC did come out and say that they're not dealing with Harry Potter,
Right, and right.
which is interesting
Mhm.
because they felt they needed to say that for some reason. Like the actual statement is, we have an in-universe magical school that we'll be visiting, and we don't plan on visiting any other magical schools anytime soon.
Right.
So that means that the Harry Potter deal that Hasbro made is not a WOTC specific deal.
No, this is just Hasbro getting that
Right.
for the toy lines. And I think if Hasbro gets it, if WOTC wants to, they can deal with it. Because Hasbro's getting the Street Fighter deal, the Voltron deal, K-pop Demon Hunters, and we know for sure WOTC's doing something with K-pop. So it's
And they've already done stuff with Street Fighter, so we could get like an actual set of Street Fighter.
right.
Which would be fine because they only really made Chun-Li, Ken, Ryu, Zangief, and I think that's it for that secret lair.
I thought they did like the original 8 characters.
Well, they did the main characters.
Did
There's a lot of other
they do Guile too?
Yeah, they did Guile and Bison, I think.
Well, you know what?
Ooh,
Wizards
do
needs
it,
to.
Bison?
Wizards needs to make a Capcom set so we can have Marvel versus Capcom decks so people can have
Oh, they
tournaments.
did. Wait, is this real?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did Guile one because I collected it on Forge.
Mhm.
So, but not sure about M Bison. Let me check.
But no one mentioned the green dude.
Okay, so the
Blanca,
secret lair
yeah.
was Honda, Ryu, Ken, Blanca, Chun-Li, Dhalsim, Guile, and Zangief.
Okay, so I'm just imagining the M Bison one.
Now, these all did come out. So this was in the time when there was still like, I guess, well, they're still doing it now, technically, when there were, mechanically unique cards.
Mm-hmm.
But all of these did come out as in-universe versions.
Right.
Like Chun-Li is Zethi. I know that one.
I have the in-universe version of Ken somewhere.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we've seen that they have done stuff with Capcom before. There's a lot of good characters they could still do. Personally, I just want a cool Akuma, and that's all I care about.
Well, just give it enough time, and Magic the Gathering will look like a game of Super Smash Brothers.
Our Mugen, which I based my name off of, which is
Mugen.
fighting engine. It just looked like the fighting engine.
That's right.
That has like every character you can think of from fighting games and stuff. Not.
Well, I'm excited. Like, I mean, come on, we've done Transformers. I wish we'd do more with Transformers. Like, make synergistic cards so my Transformers can actually fit in one deck. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see some video game IPs more than Sonic jump into the game, like Mario and Metal Gear Solid and things like that. Like if they could do stuff like that.
I could see Metal Gear Solid. I don't see Nintendo helping with Mario though.
Well, Bowser doesn't work for Nintendo anymore, and is on the console seats. So he might be able to have some strings to pull.
But he was only Nintendo of America, right?
Yeah, he was the president of Nintendo of America.
Yeah, if you want Mario and Magic, you're gonna have to go to Japan for that. That's way over that guy's head.
Well, I said he has strings to pull. Like,
he knows people. If you're the president of Nintendo of America, you definitely know. I don't even know who the president of Nintendo of Japan is now.
I don't either.
Well, because the one guy died recently.
Yeah, you mean Iwata?
Yeah.
He died in 2014, I believe.
Oh.
So it wasn't that recently.
Well, there's a new president. I think I don't know what exactly happened. I blamed it all on the Switch 2 when I read the news. But yeah, well, I'm just saying though, like getting more IPs could be fun in the set. Like I know not everybody agrees with the Universes Beyond IPs, but since we're in this direction, you can't really change the steering wheel and turn around and go in reverse, or not go and turn around and go in reverse. You can't turn around or go in reverse. You might
We
as
just
well.
have to. If you don't want more universes beyond, buy in universe sets.
Yeah,
It's
that's right.
it's simple. Show WOTC that money is to be made from original IPs that they don't have to go out and buy. There's actually quite a bit of interesting stuff in there if you're like really interested in the numbers. But basically revenue's up. I saw a huge influx of new players, which is cool. They push that WPN signups because it gives them that information, right? When you sign up for a WPN account, you tell them how old you are. You tell them, what gender you are. They get information that they can use for things like deciding on what nostalgia sets they want to make, like Ninja Turtles.
Right.
But I like Universes Beyond. I don't have a problem with Universes Beyond, but I know there are people who do. If you're one of the people who does not like Universes Beyond, then you need to go buy Lorwyn, you need to go buy Strixhaven, and you need to go buy Fractured Reality. I don't care if you're not interested in them, because if you don't buy them, you run the risk of them just saying the hell with it and just making Universes Beyond 6 sets a year, and then we get one in-universe set a year, which is possible.
I was watching a video yesterday. Someone was like, I'm afraid they're going to do 6 Universes Beyond set and have one regular set in a year. It's like, we're going to lose out. And I'm like, my brain's like, then that's what's going to be that's the IP franchise, Magic the Gathering. That's the one. Like, I remember I was having a conversation about talking to a younger person, and they thought Final Fantasy started Magic the Gathering because they didn't know better,
right?
Which I guess hooray for Magic the Gathering, but
there are a surprising number of people who are like in their mid-20s, which is the kind of the age group I interact with the most these days because of where I volunteer at the lounge. And a lot of them have never played a Final Fantasy game. They know about them. They know what kind of games they are, but they've never actually played one.
Right. Yeah, and that's why it's different because to me the set was. I'm not saying the Final Fantasy set was underwhelming. I think some of the design choices they didn't make were a little bit underwhelming to me because like with the combat system, I was hoping they'd integrate that because the original combat system, when you go to attack phase, you open up a menu, and in that menu you choose your attack and what to do with it. Now I was hoping they'd make enchantments or something like that, or maybe make their own subtype of card where when you enter combat you get to choose a modal ability. I'm like, that would have been totally cool.
So they did do some modals, especially in like the precons, like Cloud's Limit Break, Vincent's Limit Break. I think those cards are really cool, and they kind of do like what you said. It's a modal one, and the more you pay, the better of the limit breaks you get. I think those are cool. I think they did well by the characters in Final Fantasy. Like if you're a big Final Fantasy lore person, I feel like most of the characters got done well by, like their abilities kind of match what they do in game, or at least their backstory and stuff. So I think that did well. They did give us the new enchantment creatures in the form of the old summonses, which is cool.
Right.
I love Bahamut. I love Knights of the Round. I just wish they would have gave us one of the Final Fantasy VII Bahamuts instead of the Final Fantasy X one, because I hate the way the 10 one looks. But at least we got it, right? We got a bunch of the cool summons. So I really also do think it's a love letter to the fans, which is cool. I really enjoyed the Final Fantasy set as a fan of Final Fantasy. I currently have, of my 12 decks that I keep together at any given time, I currently have 3 Final Fantasy decks.
Right.
Sephiroth, Cloud, and Bugenhagen.
Yeah.
Legion Potato says he fears how low his purchasing power will be able to affect the sway of things in the long run, but it's the only really thing he can do. That's right.
Yeah, and if you like, oh, like if you don't have the money, then that's one thing, right? But if you're still like, if you're wanting to buy product and you have the ability to buy product and you don't want to be just overloaded with Universes Beyond stuff, then if you can buy Universes Within stuff, let them know that money is there.
Right. And yeah, I one thing I noticed that was missing was MTG Game Bob, because I sent him the report so he could look at it, because he's really good at looking at those reports. He says, I don't like the fact that they are not acknowledging how significant Final Fantasy was for the bottom line.
Well, this was just their Q4 report, and Final Fantasy came out in Q3.
Right.
So they would not be talking a lot about Final Fantasy in this report because it was talked about in the previous one.
Right. But especially when in 1 year you have 2 sets that are the top selling of all lifetimes. Oh my God.
Yeah, in one year. Yeah.
In 1 year. 1 year. And Rayman.
And I think the reason that Final Fantasy did get mentioned some is because they did put out new Final Fantasy product in the Christmas. They did the Christmas bundles. They did the scene boxes around Christmas time. So there was some Final Fantasy stuff in Q4, but the bulk of the Final Fantasy happened in Q3.
Right.
So if you want to go listen to WOTC Glaze Final Fantasy, go read the Q3 report because whoo-hoo, it's like a Krispy Kreme up in that place. They were all about that Final Fantasy money.
Mm-hmm. Well, so Lone Wolf is sitting here, chilling, not saying much. Let's open the floor to Lone Wolf.
What's that?
What you thinking about all this?
I'm gonna be honest with you. From a couple of things that I've understood, I'm gonna be one of those that tries to keep the in-universe stuff. Like, it's not like I don't like the out of universe or whatever you want to call it, but I prefer the in-universe magic, and that's just because I played it for so long. I like seeing all the cool stuff from the past come back or change deals. Now some of the outer universe stuff, like, I don't hate it because it's new cards, it's something different. But I'm one that prefers the in-universe stuff.
Yeah, the in-universe stuff is like, don't get me wrong, right now, Turtles is my favorite set yet right now this year. But the in-universe stuff gets me going crazy. Like Tarkir Dragonstorm, nuts. Lorwyn, nuts. Love it. Edge of Eternities, love it. I love the in-universe stuff more than other than Turtles, more than the Universes Beyond. And I have to say it that way because I don't want to be that person where someone's like, "You are lying." And I'm like, "There's Turtles. I'm excited for Turtles." I'm not even saying the set's going to be amazing, but that's going to be good.
I do gotta say, if there is one out of universe thing that has the potential to be my favorite, it will be the Turtles. After seeing some of the stuff, like the Turtles has the potential to be probably one of, if not, like top tier of the best of out of universe stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, what are you thinking, Hillbilly?
Well, let's see. I like the in-universe stuff just as good as the Universes Beyond sets.
Mm-hmm.
But what I have to say about the Turtles, you probably won't agree with, is I think the Turtles is as good as, is better than Spider-Man. I don't think they're as good as what we've gotten in the past. Just from looking at the cards. I mean, I could be wrong on this. I hope I am. But I do like the Turtles and everything. And I hope they do. And I hope I am wrong about them. But I haven't seen much very powerful cards. I mean, yeah, there's a few cards.
Super Shredder's cracked.
Cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's cracked, but there's not many there.
Well, look, I'm not liking Turtles because it's a powerful set. I'm liking Turtles because of the IP.
Right.
All right. I don't think Turtles is gonna sell, and I could be wrong, but I don't think Turtles is gonna sell as much as Final Fantasy or Avatar.
I would.
Right.
I'm very excited for the turtle set, and I pre-ordered a box for turtles, which is unheard of for me. I do not think it's going to sell as well as Final Fantasy or Avatar.
Believe it or not, I disagree. I think it's going to be right at, if not more than Avatar. I think by the time it's said and done, it's going to be behind. Now, it's not going to be better than Final Fantasy, but I honestly think it'll be number 2 right behind it.
So number 2 is Lord of the Rings, which made before Final Fantasy, the Lord of the Rings set made so much more money than any set WotC had ever done before. They weren't sure it would ever be topped because it was twice as much as any set had ever made.
Oh,
right.
And then Final Fantasy blew it out of the water.
So I got that wrong then. So it goes Final Fantasy, Lord of the Rings, and then
Avatar. That's
Avatar.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, I think at the bare minimum it's going to be number 3, but I think it has the potential to be number 2,
or it could be 4. That's 4.
I think it's going to be 4.
You know, we will see. Like people get excited just over the IP, just alone.
We should know by July.
Look, and if they do a cool video like they did with Lorwyn, they might sell that thing like hotcakes.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I do think it's for the IP. I think it's a hot IP. Well, you know, who don't know the Turtles?
Right.
Who don't know the Ninja Turtles?
What are the Ninja Turtles?
And
I can say that it was not of all the stuff we ordered normally. So for people who don't know, when your game store orders product, Magic product specifically, and I'm sure it's like this for others, but I can't speak to those because we don't order anything else. But Magic specifically, you order X amount, but you're not going to get that. You are going to get a smaller amount. It's called allocation. It happens for every store everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. Usually you get about half of what you order. For Turtles and Lorwyn, we have gotten basically everything we've ordered. The only thing that we did not get that we ordered was we didn't get a second box of the co-op game. For those who don't know, there is a co-op version of Magic that they're launching with the Ninja Turtles, where it's 4 players versus it's not another player, so it's not like a 4v1. It's not an arch enemy situation.
It's up to 4 people, up to 4 players. And
you're actually playing against a deck that no one controls. It has certain things that you do. You flip cards and you do stuff. It's like it's a very limited artificial intelligence, if you would, but it's all just cards, right?
Right. It's kind of like Commander Raids.
Yeah. That's what I was getting ready to say. It sounds just like Commander Raids,
but instead of being a sheet of paper, it's actual cards.
Right.
Yeah. So we got one of those instead of 2, but we got 2 sets of precons. We never get 2 sets of precons. They never give us 2 sets of precons. We're lucky to get 1. We got 2.
Nice.
We got all the booster boxes. We got all the collector booster boxes that we ordered. They didn't. So there's a lot of Turtles product out there. Now, I guess it could mean one of 2 things. One, that the bigger places aren't buying as much. I do not believe that. The second possibility is the one I think is that WotC printed the shit out of it.
Right.
We've seen some pretty good evidence that they did that with Lorwyn, because whenever these really expensive cards pop, they just flood the market and the price comes back down. We talked about this yesterday with Thunderflock, right? So I think that they're printing a ton of this stuff, so it's out there to be sold. I genuinely think that they've learned their lesson, that the mistake they made with Final Fantasy was they didn't print enough of it. If they had printed twice as much Final Fantasy as they had, they would have made twice as much money because every damn bit of it would have sold. That's just the world we live in.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
I think Turtles has the ability, products out there for it to be Avatar. Well, I hope it does well. I'm excited for this set.
I'm excited for this set too. But my friends,
it's that time.
It's that time of day.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. So it's lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. TG3 in the house, we own this town, ripping through the beats with a fury.
Woo, man. We could probably go on for hours on this topic. Oh my word. At least another 30 minutes, but I don't have 30 minutes.
Let's do it.
I wish. Yeah. I wish I could, but I can't. I gotta make this thing called dinner.
Yeah, that's what dinner's overrated. What you talking about?
Says the person who can close down a buffet.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Exactly. So I should know.
But anyways, we're here at the thrill section, everybody. We gotta get to the thrill section. The section where we tell you where you can find ourselves on YouTube, social media platforms, stuff like that. We're gonna start with the Lone Wolf.
Hey everybody, thanks for having me on. And unfortunately, the only way you can find me on YouTube is seeing all the comments. But don't forget to like the stream and help support everybody out. And let's get everybody's numbers up.
Whoa, sounds good. With that, we're gonna move over to the Purpley mugenfool.
Hey y'all, I plan on starting a new game once I get back from the veterinarians for my dogs, so I'll see about creating videos on it when I get back.
Alrighty. With that, we're going to roll over to TheoneRAYman.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on. Sorry that I wasn't at the lounge this morning. I just didn't get off work till 7 a.m. So I needed that extra little bit of sleep, and that mohawk doesn't put itself up in the morning. But thanks you guys for having me. Thanks everybody who tuned in. You can check us out Mr. B's Game Lounge in person if you're somewhere near Pennington, Virginia. You can check us out if you're not in person on YouTube at Mr. B's Game Lounge. We got a lot of stuff going on there. We got commander battles starting soon with a little King of the Hill twist.
Nice.
So we got a lot of stuff going on, and I guess I'm on a 23-hour break. See you all mañana.
Yeah, mañana. I don't know how to say that for some reason. All right, let's go, Hillbilly.
Alrighty. Might be some changes today, but I plan on doing viewer battles today on my Discord. And I can't put the link in the chat there because I don't have access to chats while I'm on here.
Well, it's in the chat. Well, if it's not in the chat, it's in the description below.
All right, appreciate that. So if you want to do viewer battles, that's every Wednesday afternoon around 2 o'clock. If you ever want to do that, all you got to do is get into the Discord and sign up for it.
Yeah.
Now, if nobody signs up for that, then I'm going to take the day off. I haven't had a day off in quite some time, so I'm going to enjoy it. So I got two ways of enjoying it. One, playing against my viewers. Two, take the day off. So if you want to play, make sure to join the Discord and sign up for viewer battles. Otherwise, I'm taking the day off. And then tomorrow I will be doing back to the regular schedule at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time to play some arena, and then again at 2 o'clock.
Yeah. So his link to his Discord's in both chats. So if you see it, you can click on it and go to the Discord, join his Discord, and all that fun jazz. All right. Oh yeah, and on February 25th.
Oh yeah, don't let me forget about that. February 25th, I will be doing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Early Access, which this will be before they come out onto Arena. And I'm looking forward to being wrong about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And February 25th will show me if the cards are good or if they're bad. But also, once all the cards are revealed, you can also theory craft. There's a place on the Discord where you can theory craft a deck with some of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards and some current cards that we have in Standard. And I will run that deck, give you a shout out on the 25th when I run the cards.
Ooh, yeah, sounds good. Woo, hey everybody! Super Fast Tortoise tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're gonna try to have a Core 2 Commander game tonight, so we can beat Hillbilly up, smash him to smithereens, show him what it's like to play a broken commander, right? No, he has a deck he's built with AI tools, and we want to see if it works good. So we're gonna play a Core 2 deck and have fun with it, my friends. But with that, keep an eye on Discord. For those who are part of Discord, Discord is also in chat. All right, hold on. You got a question. Do you differentiate between infinite combos, looping mechanics, and combination of cards that changes the board state, like indestructible, redirect, damage, and stop all damage? Yes, we do.
We do.
We base it off the bracket system and what it says. But all right. With that, I want to thank you everybody for being on the show. Rayman, Hillbilly, mugenfool. Thank you for being on the show. You guys rock, you guys roll. Fire topic today, fire conversation. I want to remind you that you're all awesome. I want to thank you, my channel members and subscribers, for growing the channel and supporting the channel the way you do, liking, commenting, sharing, supporting me, giving me a hug. That's all amazing. I want to remind you that you're loved. Someone's thinking about you, and if you can't, say and or do something positive for someone else today, because you might be the change I need today. With that, my friends, let's get out of here.
I want to thank you, channel members of the channel, for supporting this creep the way you do. You are awesome. And you subscribers, everybody that subscribes, you're doing amazing too. Thank you very much for all that you do.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show.